Alright, Oreos, this is going to be a video just for you. I can't seem to figure out how to talk to everyone else, so I'm just going to focus on you and we're going to get it done together. Alright, so obviously you're going to be on a Titan. The weapons you're going to be using are Mountaintop, Recluse, and Xenophage. Later you'll switch to Anarchy, but for now we're just going to stick with that loaded for most of it. So obviously, you know the beginning, put your raid banner, then go down to A. Azul is going to be to the right of the raid banner. I'll have the map on screen, you can kind of see it. Keep your distance, kill the knight, kill everything around. Then when you go inside, kill the knight bearer first. Once you kill him, kill the ads around, and then look at the symbols. You'll have cursed all that spawn behind you, I think a bit after you kill the guy, so just be careful. Once you're good, room is cleared, just look at your symbols. I'll put the picture now on screen so you can kind of see where all the symbols are in the directions. The picture is basically going to be from the point of view of you walking out of a tower room, so just, you know, keep that in mind. So your order will be different to mine. I'll have timestamps in the video at the bottom and you can kind of like pick depending on which one you have if you need to know. But we'll start off with what I got first, which was the wizard. So when you're moving from one place to another, just remember that the bridge will always have an ogre. So make sure you kill the ogre. Sometimes you'll get the ogre at the beginning of the bridge or the end of the bridge depending on how you're looking at it. And sometimes if the ogre isn't there, he'll be in the tower room. So just be careful. Just make sure that you try and find him if he's there. If he's not there, then fair enough. Otherwise, be careful. Take it slow when you're moving from one place to another. Sometimes randomly there will be like a group of ads that spawn, including like a boomer and a bunch of acolytes. It's so random. I don't know why it does that. They do tend to despawn over some time. If you can, just make sure, kill them. But if you can avoid them or if you can go around like to the opposite side, they usually be on the bridge like that connect to one of the towers. So they shouldn't be too much of a problem if you're at the tower itself and you're like inside dealing with stuff. But when you're trying to get a new sword, sometimes they do spawn and they're really annoying. So the first tower for me will be the wizard, so we'll go through how to deal with the wizard. So as always, you're going to clear the ads outside. For the wizard, I recommend looking where she is. If she's on like in the front of the room, try and hit her from the outside because you can, and keep hitting and keep swinging until she moves back. Once she goes back and further in the room, when she's like hiding behind the pillars, go inside, drop the sword, and with Xeno, just quickly kill the wizards on the side. Just get them out the way and kind of play safe. Again, the idea is to play safe. Not so much as in like do it fast, just do it as safe as you can. So once the wizards on the sides are dead, you can pick up the sword again and just go to town or just keep hitting her and she'll eventually die. Alright, moving on to the knight, which was the second one for me. Again, clear the odds outside. You know, if there's any ogres, kill them. The knight's pretty easy. He doesn't have any splash damage or any like dudes inside. It's just a bunch of thrall. So go in there, I'd say drop the sword, kill the ads. You can throw a grenade and kind of kill everything if you get lucky enough. And then pretty much swing at him, but also be safe. So if he does hit you like twice or something, once you start to get low, just back off. Like there's no need to push him. If you can avoid dropping the sword, then avoid it. Because you can build your super right while holding the sword. And the sword can do a lot of damage to him. And if you can get a few swings, then back off, a few swings, back off. Again, the idea is just play safe. There's no need to rush. Just hit him a few times. Every time you take damage, back off. And once you get your super, hit him with the super. He should go down relatively quick, but just be safe. Again, he does hurt. If you keep taking damage, he will kill you. So just play smart, back off, and avoid dropping the sword as much as you can. Once you get your super, hit him with that super, and he'll be done. Alright, last but not least is the Shrieker, probably the easiest one to do. Again, clear the odds outside, make sure there's no ogre. For the Shrieker, you can block the damage from outside or in like the hallway, like the entry to the room. Thing with that is sometimes the ogres do push you eventually, and then they'll start like flinching you. So to avoid all that, make your life easy, just go into the room, or if you can see the ogres from outside the room, just hit them with Xenophage, get them out the way, then you know, get the sword and block and kill the Shrieker. You shouldn't have a problem with that one. And then you're done. That's the first encounter. Go outside, look for the green beam that's gonna spawn like at one of the pillars. You have to kill the yellow bar knight or the orange bar knight, sorry. So once you kill him, you can just put a bubble down if you still have your super, just to sit in it until the game does whatever it does and then the door opens and you move on. Just had one of the best McDonald's ever. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Alright, so it's the Ogre Maze time. On screen I'm going to put for you the map. That will show you where we start and the route I take. I've kind of like drawn lines on the picture itself to kind of show you the path I take. Maybe that helps. Otherwise, obviously you'll have the footage which shows you what I do. So I was going over the footage with raw, and my second ball, when I go to deposit it, I do something really dumb and risky. The thing is, I could have gone and gotten you a better path and footage, but I wasn't bothered, so we're not going to do that. I will tell you what to do differently, and it's kind of up to you to kind of do that if you want. Otherwise, you can kind of replicate what I did. Hopefully you kind of have a different outcome than I have. So anyways, so once you drop down, you're gonna go straight. The idea is, how I want you to do it, or I think you should do it, is kill all the ads. Like, you can obviously go in there and steamroll and kill just the dude with the ball, but there's no point. Kill everything, just play safe. The thrall do spawn quite a bit, and they do continuously come. Like, even though you kill a few, they're like, oh, they're just like hiding in the back, and slowly they just appear. So just make sure they're all dead, and then go for it. You're gonna go into the first room in front of you, and you're gonna go and use the outside, as you'll see whenever we get to that part. So once you go outside, you jump over the edge and use the bottom level, run across, jump to the top, deposit. Now, I think there's no point of duping. Realistically, I mean, you can, and depending if you want to change the path, it could help you. But otherwise, since you're going to end up in the rooms anyway, you might as well just get the ball from in the room. You should dupe, like, if you want to practice, but otherwise, there's no real point of duping. Now, there's really not much for me to say, so I'm going to let this gameplay go through the whole thing. If I've talked this long or not, who knows. So for the second ball, now here's where I make the mistake, or I play it super risky. Once you go into the second room, or room number 1 according to the map, which is after you deposit the first ball, I go straight to the middle gate to deposit, gate number 2 according to the map. Now, the Ogre does stand right there, and you'll see in the footage that he's basically just camping outside my exit. Now I risk it and I go out there and I put the bubble down, I deposit, and then I run back. I don't think that's worth doing sometimes. It has killed me in some of my attempts. So what you can do is, after you deposit the first ball, you can run back down to the bottom level on the side of the cliff, and then go, for example, all the way around to number 4, and then do the right side first, and then when you finish with the right side, you can go into number 2 and then do the middle one. So you can kind of do like a backwards thing. It's kind of up to you. Now, you can wait at the exit for number 1 going to the middle, and the Ogre does move eventually, but it takes a long time, like 2 minutes or so. Like, he just does not want to move. So it's kind of up to you what you do there. I don't do it, but almost I'm a bit stupid sometimes in some of my things I do. I did everything safe and I do that. So you kind of figure it out if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, take a different path. You don't have to do it the way I did it. Take your time and play smart. Don't be stupid like me. Alright, Oreos, we're halfway through the pit. Now it's time for this shitty room. So firstly, make sure you put Helm of Saint 14 on, and make sure you're on the bubble. The same loadout, Mountaintop, Recluse, and Xenophage. So me and you have kind of talked about the 2 ways of doing this. You either go for only dupes and you keep wiping until you get it, or you can do what I did in this video, which I showed you worst case scenario, the dupe doesn't work, or the dupe works once but doesn't work again, and how to deal with it. So I do have a clip of me doing it perfectly, but I figured I'm gonna put this clip in instead, so you can see that sometimes it doesn't work, can get messy, but you can get it done. So you want to make sure that you start on the middle plate, kill the ads in the middle, and then focus the ads on the left. The knight will spawn on that side as well. So once you've cleared out the ads, just take out your Xenophage and start putting some shots into him. Take him down, but before you push in to do the final kill, just make sure that most of the ads are dead around you that will do damage to you, because when you want to make your way back, you don't want to be taking too much damage. On your way back, make sure you step on the middle plate first, and then start duping. Make sure you go behind the deposit spot. It's to stop the ball from rolling down, but it'll still happen. If it does, it does. Otherwise, hopefully the ball just lands right there next to you every time you dupe. So after the first dupe, that's when you want to put up the bubble. Only put up the bubble if the ball does successfully dupe and you see it there. Sometimes you'll see the ball dupe, but it won't be there, so don't waste your bubble then. You can use your barricade to stop the ads. Otherwise, you want to be back on the middle plate and you want to be shooting the boomer. The boomer should be a priority. Now, in case the cursed roll do push push you, then obviously step away from them and try and kill them. Ignore the boomers then, but it's a matter of boomers first, everything else. This again is obviously situational. You might have duped a few times, so the boomers and everything's already pushed you. Just kill what you need to. So if you are in the position where you did not successfully dupe, you don't have to stay in the middle. As you can see in the video, I stay in the middle, then I move to the sides, then I'm jumping over the plate, I'm sliding across or I walk over it. Just use the sides, kill ads, and then every now and again just step on the plate and then step off. Staying in the middle was just a death sentence in a sense. The acolytes will keep throwing grenades at you, boomers are there, they'll keep just spamming that spot. Get out of the middle, use the sides. You don't have to stay in the middle all the time. You can afford to get off it. So use the sides, keep moving. As long as you're moving, they can't properly shoot you. And then when you need to, step on the plate and then stop off the plate again. Once the ads are clear or under control, find the next knight and repeat the process. Hopefully you can get a proper dupe going. Otherwise, just take it slow. And if you want to, you wipe and just trying to get like a full 6 dupe. Otherwise, take it slow, kill boomers, kill ads, keep moving, don't stay on the middle, kill the knight, pick up the ball, deposit or dupe, and you'll get it for sure. Alright, 2 more parts to go, Oreos. We're almost there. So now we're gonna do the wizards. Once you shoot that big pussy thing, we're gonna go through, and what you want to do is you want to kind of time the jumps with the rotating spike. Every time it turns past, you want to drop down, and there'll always be like a ledge before the next one. You'll see it in the video. I like land on it, and then I wait for it to rotate, and then I jump to the next ledge, and kind of just scale your way down like that. It's the easiest way to do it. Once you're at the bottom, you'll see the 3 symbols on the opposite side, and at that point I do think you should switch to lion ramparts and catapult jump. It gives you that safety net because you get a higher jump and you last longer, so you can obviously make it to further ledges, and also if you are a bit lower, it'll give you a chance to kind of like make up for that distance. Now I know you like to use the radar method instead of following the map, but I will put the map on screen for you. You can use it if you want. It'll make your life easier and it'll show you where they are. You can obviously still use the radar, but at least you'll know that there are 2 on the left or 2 on the right, or however you want to look at it. There's not really much to explain on this one, you know, just get to each side, kill the wizard. Obviously you'll have Xenophage, so the kill will be easy. Just take your time with the jumps, don't panic, kill some of the snipers especially because they can get annoying, but otherwise it's a pretty straightforward one. Take your time with the jumps, kill the wizard, and move on. You need to do 3, then you make it to the end. And it's boss time. Alright Oreos, we're in home stretch right now, just the final boss left. Firstly, what we want to do is switch our gun. We're going to take Xenophage off and put Anarchy on. And if you still had Lion Rampants on from the last encounter, then take those off. In the video I used June Marchers, but I was also thinking that maybe Helm of Saint 14 might be really useful. So you can have the bubble when you're doing damage, the ads will come in, they can't hurt you. And every time you're in the bubble, it continuously charges your shield. So that might be a way in case you do take damage and go back into the bubble, that will quickly get your health back. But it's kind of up to you. It really depends on the situation and what you find yourself having a bit of trouble with. Anywho's, let's get into the encounter. So once you jump down, you'll have a knight on the left and a knight on the right and a few acolytes in the middle. It doesn't matter which side you start with, pick a side and then the knight shoot him twice with Anarchy. I like to throw a grenade as well at him. That should take him down. You want to play it safe obviously, so do kill a few ads. If you want, kill the other knight as well. Again, put 2 Anarchies in him and that should take care of him. Always make sure your guns are reloaded, kill whatever ads around you, and then take the sword and you want to go to the Shrieker first. So once you're at the Shrieker, make sure you go to the back of the tower. Once you're there, there'll be some ads inside the room with the Shrieker, and there'll be some ads on the outside. So kill the ads on the outside first, and then kill whatever you see inside. Once the ads are clear and it looks safe, take the sword, block, and kill the Shrieker. When the Shrieker dies, obviously it's going to drop the ball. Pick up the ball and then make your way a bit forward so you can see where the boss is. I think ads do spawn, so I'd really recommend clearing out the ads. Even if you go towards a deposit spot, just drop the ball and kill the ads around you. You can afford to drop an Anarchy on the ground just right next to you so it'll kill any thrall and stuff, but just kill the ads. You don't want them piling up on you, and it'll just make your life a lot easier, and it'll also make your life easier to do. Head to a deposit spot, drop the ball, and kill the ads. Once the ads are clear, it's time for duping. Now, if you get the dupe off, amazing. Just dupe all 3 and start doing damage. If you don't get the dupe off, or let's say you dupe 2 but you miss 1, the next target you want to go for is the knight. So do the exact same thing we did with the Shrieker. Go to the back of the tower of the knight, clear out the ads, and then go for the knight. Now should you fail to dupe all 3 balls, again, don't panic. The next one's going to be the wizard and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to go to the wizard, go to the back, clear the ads, and then focus on the wizard. In the gameplay, I do have each different boss kill. I purposely did that so you can see how I approached each, and I will put the timestamps for them in the description, so if you need it, it'll be there for you. Let's talk boss damage. I just want to make something really clear before we go on. Don't worry about how long it takes. If it takes 2 phases, if it takes 5 phases, if it takes 10 phases. Killing him is killing him. It doesn't matter how long it takes, it's a matter of actually getting it done. So if you panic about your damage, don't worry about it. There is no enrage mechanic, so do as much damage as you can and then back off, repeat the process, and do it again. Once you deposit the final ball, align yourself across from him, preferably with the totem thing in the middle. Put the bubble on the opposite side of where he is. How I like to do it is just keep jumping up and down in the bubble, shooting him. You want to start off with 2 Anarchies on him, then throw your grenade, which should have Oppressive Darkness, and then just jump up, shoot Mountaintop, and as you're landing, you're reloading, jumping up, shooting Mountaintop, back down, reloading. During the damage phase, Thrall and Curse Thrall are gonna spawn. Now you have 2 options to deal with them. Now you can do what I do in the video and I kinda ignore them. Now I'm indirectly trying to bait the Curse Thrall to explode by allowing them to come close to me, but every time I jump I can hear them exploding underneath me. Also, I'll move in and out of the bubble just to kind of get the thrall to explode. That's how I'm baiting them. The other way is to just kill them. So you choose which way you prefer doing it. If you are killing them, obviously that will cut down on your damage, but like I said, don't worry about damage. Focus on what is best for you and what keeps you alive. If it means you do less damage but you're not gonna die to ads, then that's better. If you can bait the Curse Thrall and get them to explode, that might also kill some of the thrall around, and that should help in controlling the ads. Maybe you do a mix of both methods. Whatever works for you, works. Now that you're done with the main damage phase, don't forget the extra small phase of damage. You know what's gonna happen when the Cursed Thralls spawn. So if that does happen, just chill, reload your guns, and kill the Cursed Thrall. Once the plate goes green, jump in there, drop 2 Anarchy, shoot 1 Mountaintop. Don't stay in there for too long and step out. If you want to, ignore that phase. You don't have to do any damage in it, but it's a nice small phase. It kinda helps if you're lacking in damage. And that's it. Once you do a whole cycle of that, it's just rinse and repeat. A few phases later, he's dead, and congratulations, you've completed the solo Pit of Hersey. I forgot to mention during damage phase, in between shooting Mountaintops, make sure you reapply Anarchy. 2 Anarchies, then go back to shooting Mountaintop. with that, we are done. I really do hope the video helped. If you have any questions, you can put that in the comment section and I'll do my best to reply. We got there in the end. Thank you for watching. I've been your guide Weed Dog. Good luck with the solo, and I'll catch you later.